Homosexuals, bisexuals of Reddit. What was your gay awakening moment? Watching A Knight's Tale. Crushing on Jocelyn while at the same time thinking goddamn, I'd let Heath Ledger do awful things to me. I was in biology class my sophomore year of high school. I was joking around, that is flirting, with this girl that always made my stomach flip when I saw her, and I said haha I'm not that way, meaning I don't like girls, and immediately in my head I go fuck, I am that way. When I had the crushing realization, when I was 14, that whatever I felt for my best friend was definitely more than just admiration. I've always known I was a lesbian, the difference was when I decided to finally say it out loud and come out. I finally kissed a girl in my senior year of high school, and thought, oh, I see why my friends and classmates have been horrible monsters this whole time. Before, when I was pretending to be straight, I just didn't get the whole I want a boyfriend and make out in the back of a car thing. I thought it was stupid and meaningless. But when I had my first GF it was like whoa, this is what people talk about. When I hit puberty at 12, masturbation came around and all I could think about were my beefy coaches. It was intense. There were several. I think there's a common misconception that you're just walking around one day and then you're like, oh fuck I'm gay, which does happen for some people, but for me it was more like a pot water with someone slowly turning the temperature up until you look and it's boiling. Before getting into being attracted to women, I'm a lesbian. I will say that from 5th grade on I was always obsessed with gay media. If I found out a show or book had a gay character I'd immediately get it. I would secretly read BuzzFeed LGBT. I would befriend gay people, and I consumed lots of music and TV shows targeted at gay people. The mention of them made me excited and nervous. I cried the whole day gay marriage was legal and fought with all the homophobes at my school. I did all this without acknowledging I was gay. So in order. 5th grade, the girl I sit next to in class is the first girl to wear a bra. I just keep staring at her. Finally she says don't worry someday yours will be big like mine. 6th grade, I hang a poster of Katy Perry, wearing a bikini, in my closet. 7th grade, I sit next to a beautiful girl named Maya in science. I want to impress her more than anything, but I don't know why. She tells me she likes One Direction, so I go home and spend hours watching their videos to impress her. I don't think this is a crush, I just think I really want her to like me. At the same time kids start bullying me for being a lesbian. This would continue for my entire time in middle school and high school. Every day on the bus boys ask me if I watched lesbian porn. 8th grade, the Gangnam Style music video comes out. There's a girl in it dancing with Psy, who is also a K-pop singer. In spite of having no interest in K-pop I watch this singer's very sexual music videos over and over. Freshman year of high school, I start looking at pictures of Taylor Swift for hours at a time. I also become obsessed with Lupita Nyong'o. I follow her at every award show. It's the year 12 Years a Slave came out. I can't stop looking at either woman. Sophomore and junior year, I'm super clinically depressed at this point in my life and frankly can't focus on girls. When rereading diary from this period, I see that every 3 or 4 months I write saying, I think I'm gay or bisexual. Senior year, I really grapple with it on and off for the whole year. One day I'm thinking of my best friend and then suddenly I can't stop thinking about kissing her. I convince myself that she must be gay. Spring senior year, I finally really realize I'm a lesbian. There's no moment. It's just that I alternate for years between thinking I'm gay or straight. Finally the days I think I'm gay outnumber the days I think I'm straight. One day I'm walking with a boy people thought I was flirting with. I just blurt it out and then can't believe what I've done. I do the same with one of my friends at graduation and start calling myself gay online. Summer after high school, I spent the whole summer with new people and begin to alternate between gay and bi. I finally come out to my sister and that locks it in, that I am a lesbian. First semester of college, I come out to my parents and begin dating a girl. Realized I was in love with my best friend. And his girlfriend. Growing up I genuinely thought everyone liked both girls and guys. No clue why. So I'm in 4th grade and my teacher bent over one day exposing a thong. Also, Being a bit of a tomboy, I hung out with the boys during recess, and of course that day the topic was her bright pink thong. All the boys tried to get me to leave so they could talk about it until I told them I thought it was hot too. Which the topic then changed to do you like girls, and I had to explain I liked both. That was the day I learned what a bisexual was. 4th grade was interesting and confusing after that. Sucked a dick. It was alright. Since then I've wondered if I want my dick sucked or to suck a dick whenever I'm horny. Still think girls are the best thing ever though. Teenage me. I'm totally straight, but let's watch this gay porno. 20-year-old me. I've lost my virginity to a girl, but like the feeling of stuff in my butt. 21-year-old me. Yeah, rhyme by. Considering suicide one night. Only time I did it, and it was because I was deep in rejection from myself and filled with self-loathing. I basically told myself I have to do something drastically different, because the suicidal idealization would only get worse if I didn't. I was trying to be a religious praying Catholic to rid myself of it. That night, I did a final prayer, and told God that if not being LGBTQ+ was the correct way to be faithful, to go fuck himself. Not atheist, just not practicing now / have a lot of resentment towards Christianity. Still, my life is amazing now. I identify as bi-pansexual. Depends on which word I feel like using that day. My first English teacher. I adored her, thought about her constantly, wanted to be close to her at all times. I think I was 9. I had an encyclopedia with drawings of a naked man and woman in the human reproduction section. I liked how both looked. When I was 8, I think, I had a babysitter named Sarah who I thought was the coolest person in the world. My parents were a little overprotective, and she kinda knew that, so she'd let me get away with little stuff they wouldn't have. Watching TV while I did my homework, that sort of thing. She basically taught me math, which I'm still thankful for to this day. She was also gay, which my parents didn't know, but she told me about her girlfriend at one point. That was the first time the idea that being attracted to other women was a thing entered my thoughts. My first conscious attraction to a woman was Lulu in Final Fantasy X. Nathan Fillion in Firefly. I was probably around 14-15 when I had a same-sex friend start making passes at me. I made a very quick transition from I don't hate this to I guess I like guys too, so overall it pretty much was a singular moment of awakening. It did take me quite a number of years beyond that to realize I'm pan rather than bi, but that's more of a splitting hairs sort of distinction that only came about from developing a more nuanced understanding of gender and my own sexuality and how that all works together. Anyway, it might be a bit stereotypical, but if I'm honest, being a part of the furry fandom was a big help for me in that regard. Having friends and acquaintances and being part of a big community that's very communicative and open and very non-judgmental about sexuality helped me come to terms with my sexuality pretty quickly and easily, for the most part. I still didn't come out to the world at large in any meaningful way for quite a while, but that's another matter, really. Obligatory not gay but friend of a gay person. Friend told me he wanked to normal porn and was always looking at the guy and not the girl. He didn't wanna admit it to himself at first, but at some point he just gave in and started watching gay porn. I was in middle school, like 7th grade, and looked up as this girl walked past my table. She was wearing leggings that really hugged her hips, and me in all my horny preteen glory felt a rush and thought nice to myself and went back to my worksheet. I kind of froze up and went a few minutes later. I never really had a crush on any guy when I was a teenager. I think the closest thing I had to a crush at the time was on Michelle Yeoh. So I thought I might be a lesbian. Later I did find men I had similar feelings about, and eventually dated a man. Found out I liked sex, and married him. So I decided I must be bi or pan. Then when I was 40 I found out about asexuals and realized looking back that none of those crushes had been really lustful. They were all just more like aesthetic admiration mixed with hero worship. I still like sex, and I still think Michelle Yeoh is one of the most beautiful people in the world, and she just gets more beautiful with age, but I definitely think of myself as asexual or demisexual now. I was always a very innocent kid growing up. Early middle school some of my friends were making fun of me for it. I was leaning up against the wall and one of them came up to me, put her knee between mine and whispered that she would change that. Mine is pretty boring honestly lol. It was in grade 7 when I started to develop a crush on a very good friend of mine. I did initially try to repress it, but when I started noticing my attraction to women more and more, I had a lengthy talk with a friend who was a lesbian. She helped me accept that I'm bi and not a freak like I originally thought. One day I woke up and there was the gay. Thank you for watching. Smash that like button like it's a thick booty. And don't forget to subscribe to OKPJ Dark if you like nice things, like new videos every day. See you tomorrow.